Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Hopeful Chewbacca back at the Church of Chewbacca, and today we're going to go over the face of the franchise legends for the NL Central. The teams within the NL Central are the Chicago Cubs, the Cincinnati Reds, the Milwaukee Brewers, the Pittsburgh Pirates, and the St. Louis Cardinals. Like all of the other divisions, these cards are all 97 plus players. And this division features one starting pitcher and 4 position players. It also has a catcher within the division, which is pretty unique. I believe he's the only catcher in these Face of the Franchise Legends. So that's something to look for while going through these reviews. And as always, we're going to give each one of the Face of the Franchise Legends a Chewie review. We're going to go over their statistics in real life from when they were on the team that they represent. Also, I need you guys to hit that red button, give this video a thumbs up, comment down below what you guys think about the NL Central Face of the Franchise Legends, as well as hit that notification bell so you know whenever I'm uploading videos. Let's get into it. Kerry Wood. The Chicago Cubs Face of the Franchise Legend is the 97 overall Kerry Wood, starting pitcher. He did close for the Chicago Cubs at one point in his career a little bit. I believe it was in the beginning of his career. This card, however, is a starting pitcher. He throws 5 pitches, a 4-seam fastball, a slurve, a 12-6 curveball, a changeup, and a cutter. He's right-handed throwing, right-handed batting. And he was a very big man at 6'5", 230 pounds. Kerry Wood had 2 different stints with the Cubs. He pitched from 1998 to 2008 the first time around, and then 2011 and 2012 the second time around. With the Chicago Cubs, he had a win-loss record of 80-68, an ERA of 3.67. He had 35 saves. As I mentioned, he was a closer for a little bit. He has 1,470 Ks. He has an ERA plus of 118. He has a whip of 1.258. And he had his K per 9 in real life was 10.3, which is ridiculous. That means he was striking out a guy an inning, and his WAR was 25.5. He won the Rookie of the Year in 1998 with the team, and he was a 2-time All-Star. As you can see, this Kerry Wood was a starting pitcher for about 11 years of his career with the Chicago Cubs, and he was only 80-68, so he was injury-riddled a lot from what was essentially a Hall of Fame caliber arm. He was just injured. I believe he had to get Tommy John one time, had some elbow and shoulder injuries. Besides that, he just couldn't stay on the field. But when he was on the field, his stuff was electric. There was a game where he threw 20 strikeouts in a game. That's averaging more than 2 strikeouts an inning. That's super ridiculous. Let's look at the card's attributes. He's 109 stamina, 102 hits per 9, 122 K per 9, 52 base on balls per 9, 78 home run per 9, 101 pitching clutch, 72 control, 97 velocity with 99 break. So he has ridiculous Ks per 9 as he should. Like I said, 10.3 Ks per 9 in his career as a Chicago Cub. Let's look at his quirks. His quirks are pressure cooker, workhorse, stingy, untouchable, grounded, cheesy, knee buckler. This Kerry Wood doesn't have an immense amount of quirks like some of the other pitchers we've gone over in these Face of the Franchise Legends. However, he does have knee buckler and cheesy, which will definitely help him. And he has the workhorse, stingy, grounded, which obviously those are just needed if you're going to be a somewhat decent pitcher. Looking at Kerry Wood's attributes, is he's going to have some control issues. He's going to be pretty wild like the AJ Burnett, but he has ridiculous attributes when it comes to his hits per 9, his Ks per 9. I think these are probably the highest combination of the two in the entire Face of the Franchise Legends for the Stage 3 Team Affinities. So that's absolutely nasty. Looking at his pitches, he's going to throw 101 for sure with his 4-seam fastballs. You can see that 99. Then he does have a slurve and a 12-6. That's a huge change of speed. His slurve is 85 miles an hour. His 12-6 is 76. And then he does have a changeup. He also has the cutter. He just has a really good pitch repertoire. Super excited about this card. Other than the control issues, this is like the perfect starting pitcher. He has good stamina, great hits per 9, great Ks per 9. Like I said, when he was healthy, he was absolutely nasty. Card looks phenomenal. I think with this card, he's going to get 4.5 Chewies. I think if his control is a little bit higher, he would get 5 Chewies, but I think he has 5 Chewie stuff. I just don't know how easy he'll be able to control on higher difficulties, especially if you're a meter pitching guy. I think his meter speed is going to be kind of ridiculous, but I think that he might be unusable for some guys when it comes to control. I think he's going to walk a lot of batters in games, but with his stuff, he might make up for it. So he could really be 5 Chewies if you can control him, because his stuff is filthy, but because of the lack of control, I'm going to have to give him 4.5 Chewies, which is still a heck of a rating for a guy that's a 97 overall. Eric Davis. The face of the franchise legend card for the Cincinnati Reds is Eric Davis, the center fielder. He's 98 overall, right-handed hitting, right-handed throwing, with secondary positions of left field and right field. He has diamond hitting, diamond defense. And Eric Davis played with the Cincinnati Reds in 2 different stints. He played from 1984 to 1991 originally, and then he played in 1996. He batted .271 on the Reds with an on-base percentage of .367, a slugging of .510, an OPS of .877, an OPS plus of .137. He had 886 hits. He had 203 home runs, 615 RBIs. He stole 270 bases and had a 30.6 WAR. He also won 3 Gold Gloves, 3 Silver Sluggers, and had 2 All-Star appearances while he was a member of the Cincinnati Reds. So he had a pretty good career. He's obviously a speedy guy with the 270 stolen bases. So definitely a speedster out here. Let's look at his attributes. He has 84 contact versus righty, 95 contact versus lefty, 95 power versus righty, 112 power versus lefty, 65 vision. That's not too good. 118 discipline, 98 clutch. On defense is where this card really shines. 90 fielding, 92 arm strength, 88 arm accuracy, 93 reaction, 96 speed, 98 stealing, 95 base running aggressiveness. So it looks like he's a power hitter with low vision, pretty good contact, and an absolutely nasty fielder in the outfield. Let's look at his quirks. His quirks are hitting machine, bomber, walker, soft hands, quick reflexes, cannon, sniper, speedster, thief, pressure cooker. So he has a lot of quirks. As you can see, he has a plethora of defensive quirks, which as you should be, as you've seen the defensive attributes. So he has 5 of them with soft hands, quick reflexes, cannon, sniper, and speedster. The elite running speed will help him flag down fly balls in the outfield. The hitting machine, bomber, and walker are the big 3 hitting quirks that you want to have. For his attributes, he's a good power guy with the low vision. Even though he has decent contact, I think his PCI is going to be pretty small on Hall of Fame and Legend, especially on Legend. So he'll be a little bit hard to hit with. He does have a really weird batting stance where he kind of holds the bat like out over the plate a little bit. I don't know. It's just goofy. But he is an amazing fielder. He's going to be an absolute ball hawk. His attributes remind me of the Taylor Trammell that's in the Stage 2 Future Stars for the San Diego Padres. Has that elite speed, but he has a much better arm than Trammell does. So this card should be very interesting. I think he can be used anywhere defensively. Probably even better than that Byron Buxton when it comes to defense from the face of the franchise, Stage 1, Minnesota Twins. So I'm very curious about this card. I just don't know hitting-wise how good he's going to be, but he could definitely be used on your bench as a defensive sub. But because of the low vision and the goofy swing, I'm going to give this card 3.5 Chewies. I think if you can get used to the swing, he's definitely a 4 Chewie type of guy because he has a lot of power, and power can make up for a little bit of lack of contact and a little bit of lack of vision. But he has a goofy swing, and it's really hard to get used to. He is a defensive dynamo, so that's where he's going to get the 3.5 Chewies. But if you can figure out his swing, he's probably 4 to 4.5 Chewies, to be honest with you. Robin Yount. The lifelong Milwaukee Brewers shortstop Robin Yount is their face of the franchise legend. He's 99 overall, right-handed batting, right-handed throwing. He's the secondary positions of left field and center field, which is actually very interesting to get a guy that can be a shortstop and an outfielder. That's pretty good value when it comes to positions, if I'm being honest, just off the top. He has diamond hitting, diamond defense. In his career, Robin Yount was a very decorated player. He won 2 MVP awards, 1 Gold Glove. He's a 3-time All-Star, 3-time Silver Slugger, and he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1999. Now, what career statistics did he have to go with those accolades? Well, he batted .285 with an on-base percentage of .342, a slugging of .430, an OPS of .772, an OPS plus of .115. He had 3,142 hits, 251 home runs, 1,406 RBIs, 271 stolen bases, and he had a WAR of 77.3. So Yount had a very, very good career with the Milwaukee Brewers. He played his entire career there from 1974 to 1993. Let's look at his attributes to see how they match up with his amazing career. He had a 107 contact versus righty, 113 contact versus lefty, 80 power versus righty, 76 power versus lefty, 114 vision, 89 discipline, 116 clutch. His fielding is 90 fielding, 86 arm strength, 83 arm accuracy, 87 reaction with 71 speed, 57 stealing, 54 base running aggressiveness. Let's see what his quirks are. His quirks are hitting machine, bomber, 20/20 vision, walker, soft hands, quick reflexes, sniper, pressure cooker, and unbreakable. So he has the big three hitting quirks, hitting machine, bomber, walker. He does have the soft hands, quick reflexes, and sniper, which I think are all important for a shortstop. He has really good attributes. Like, he's going to have a huge PCI. He has pretty good pop at 76 plus power. He has great fielding. This card reminds me a lot of that Cal Ripken Jr. Signature Series from last year, and I absolutely mashed with that card. I don't know if he's going to have as a glitchy swing as Cal Ripken Jr. did last year, but I'm really liking how this Yount card looks. And he had a very good career. This looks like a very good card. Like I said, good contact, good vision, great fielding. I'm going to give this Robin Yount 4.5 Chewies. You guys let me know what you think about this one, because I'm sure some of you guys have unlocked this Yount. Let me know what his swing's like. I haven't really used Yount that much, but if his swing is a good swing, I'm really excited for this card. This is one of the cards that's on my top 5 list to go and get, and I just think the attributes are absolutely amazing. Jason Kendall. The face of the franchise legend for the Pittsburgh Pirates is the catcher Jason Kendall. 97 overall. He's right-handed throwing, right-handed batting with secondary positions of left field and right field. He's diamond hitting, gold defense. He played on the Pittsburgh Pirates from 1996 to 2004. He was a 3-time All-Star with the ball club. He batted .306 with an on-base percentage of .387. He had a slugging of .418, an OPS of .805, an OPS plus of .108. He had 1,409 hits. He had 67 home runs. He had 471 RBIs. He has 140 stolen bases and a WAR of 30.7 while with the Pirates. He also played some with the Oakland Athletics and a few other ball clubs in his career, but he really made a name for himself with the Pirates. It was the only club where he batted over 300. The other clubs he went to, he did not play as well, especially with the bat, but he was a pretty good defensive catcher even throughout his career. Let's look at his attributes. He has 118 contact versus righty, 115 contact versus lefty, 67 power versus righty, 76 power versus lefty, 120 vision, 96 discipline, 104 clutch. So pretty good with this stick. He's not a power hitter. He's going to be a base hit getting guy. He's actually like a catcher that could be your leadoff, but I just don't really know. He does have a very good glitchy swing. Let's look at his fielding. His fielding is 75 fielding, 70 arm strength, 77 arm accuracy, 78 reaction with 84 blocking. He has 75 speed, 60 stealing, 65 base running aggressiveness. So he's not the best defensive catcher. The 70 arm strength is actually pretty weak for a catcher. He is fast for a catcher, though, 75 speed. I think the only guy that can play catcher in the game that's faster than him right now is the Craig Biggio. That is the AL collection reward. Let's look at the quirks for Jason Kendall here. He has hitting machine, 20/20 vision, walker, vacuum, pressure cooker, unbreakable. So he does have the stuff to be a good base hitter with the hitting machine, 20/20 vision, and walker. It is also very important as a catcher that he has vacuum, which means he's going to block a lot of balls in the dirt. I actually really like this Jason Kendall's attributes. Now, I'm more of the long ball wins games because I don't have the highest batting average in this game, so I need to kind of just score some runs with power guys. So I prefer to have a nice, big, strong, power-hitting catcher like a Mike Piazza or whatever. but there's no Mike Piazza in the game right now. I think the best comparison for this Jason Kendall is that Craig Biggio I mentioned. He's essentially a poor man's Craig Biggio. He doesn't have as much power as Craig Biggio. He doesn't have quite the contact that Craig Biggio has. Actually, he might be kind of equal to Craig Biggio's contact because he does have really high contact at 115 plus. He definitely has the same vision or higher than Craig Biggio. He's not as good defensively as Craig Biggio is, and he's not as fast. So he's like the poor man's Craig Biggio, essentially. Now, a lot of people think Craig Biggio swings a wet noodle. This Jason Kendall's definitely not going to be a power guy. Like I said, he's going to be a leadoff, a second batter, maybe your eighth hitter. So he's a little bit different type of catcher. But I do actually like his attributes a lot. I'm going to give this Jason Kendall 4 Chewies because I think as a catcher, he's unique. He has a glitchy swing. He has great contact, good vision, so he's going to have a very big PCI, as well as the speed and the above-average defensive attributes for this Jason Kendall makes him a very usable catcher. And he's the only catcher in the game right now that is for free that has attributes close to his. Lou Brock. Well, boys, we got the second speedster of this division in the outfield. Eric Davis, as you guys saw, super fast guy. Well, this Lou Brock, the face of the franchise legend for the St. Louis Cardinals, is even faster. You guys can see his 99 speed in the bottom right corner. Absolute speedster. This is a 98 overall card, left fielder. He's left-handed batting, left-handed throwing. Secondary is a center field and right field. He has diamond hitting, gold defense, and he played for the St. Louis Cardinals from 1964 to 1979. With the Cardinals, he batted .297 and an on-base percentage of .347, a slugging of .414, hit an OPS of .761, an OPS plus of .112. He had 2,713 hits on the St. Louis Cardinals. For his entire career, he had over 3,000 hits at 3,023, so he's part of the 3,000 hit club. He has 129 home runs, 814 RBIs, and he had 888 stolen bases on the Cardinals. He has a WAR with the Cardinals of 41.8. He was a 6-time All-Star and a 2-time World Series winner. He has been inducted in the Hall of Fame since 1985. I mean, pretty much anybody that's part of the 3,000 hit club except for Pete Rose is in the Hall of Fame. That's why I mentioned the 3,000 hits, because if you just look at the Cardinals numbers, he would probably be short of being a Hall of Famer, but those 3,000 hits pretty much guarantee you to get in the Hall of Fame. It shows your longevity. It shows you were a good hitter for a very long time. Let's look at his attributes. He's 125 contact versus righty, 104 contact versus lefty, 71 power versus righty, 79 power versus lefty, 99 vision, 95 discipline, 113 clutch. For his fielding, he has 72 fielding, 75 arm strength, 69 arm accuracy, 84 reaction, 99 speed, 99 stealing, 99 base running aggressiveness. Let's take a quick look at his quirks. His quirks are hitting machine, 20/20 vision, walker, speedster, thief, pressure cooker, unbreakable, and bunt master. So as you can see, as a hitting machine, 20/20 vision, walker, going to be another contact guy, hard to strike out. He does have the speedster and thief as he should. He stole a lot of bases in his career. And as you guys have seen, he has 99s across the board for running around the bases, stealing them, his base running aggressiveness. So he can be a major problem on the base pass. This Lou Brock is an absolute monster when it comes to speed and possibly getting on base with those high contact numbers. Pretty good vision. I really like this Lou Brock card. He's a little bit weaker on the defensive end, but I think with the 72 fielding and his reaction and the speed, I think he'll be a nice ball hawk out there. He reminds me a lot of that Taylor Trammell, and I love that Taylor Trammell card. Now, I do remember Lou Brock does not have the best swing, but I think you get used to the swing. The speed makes up for it a lot. He has good contact. I'm going to give this card 4 Chewies. Absolute speedster. He plays left field, so you don't need the huge arm strength. Good contact, above average power, and the 99 vision. 4 Chewies is what I'm going with this Lou Brock. You guys let me know what you think about him, because I'm kind of curious about him being a speed demon around the base paths and in the field. Alright guys, so that wraps up the NL Central. And something about this video, if you guys watched it all the way through, I forgot to move my camera up to the top like I normally do, so I apologize for that. I blocked some of the running attributes, but you guys should probably have figured them out already. The next video won't be like that. Sometimes mistakes happen. I was just pretty much all the way done with recording it. I was on a Lou Brock and realized I never moved my camera. Things happen. I apologize for that. But you guys let me know in the comments below if you guys agree with my Chewie ratings or disagree with my Chewie ratings. I'd love to hear from you guys. You have a great day and be safe.